Good morning and welcome to the free daily coaching podcast and webinar. If you're here live on the webinar, I'd like to welcome you. And if you're here listening to the podcast, I want to remind you that you can come and visit us over at www.freedailycoaching.com. You can actually watch us live as we record the webinar each and every morning. So this morning here at the Free Daily Coaching Call, I wanted to cover a topic. I actually did a webinar, live webinar last night with a group of individuals. And I actually had the opportunity to do this webinar for a group of people that were actually doing a 12-week course, and they get this 12-week course as part of an event ticket, right? So they're going to a live event, and on the way to that event or the time that leads up to that event, the organization has set up an actual 12-week journey, if you will, that has a marketing course that's happening over the 12 weeks. So in each of these 12 weeks, there's a new leader coming on and sharing a marketing skill, right? A different technique, a marketing technique that they're using. And I had the opportunity last night to train on this specific webinar series. So the reason that I'm bringing it up this morning on the podcast and the webinar here is because something really interesting came out of it. And I wanted to share what came out of it. And I wanted to really pose a question and say to you, do you have business cards? Are you using business cards? Because I did this webinar last night, this question about business cards really started to swirl around in my mind. And let me explain why. So on the webinar, the training that was actually occurring was actually a networking training. So I'm doing a networking training for a group of a couple hundred people that are going to this live event. Now, leading into this, they've already gotten a welcome. They've done some video ads and video work and video ads on Facebook. They've done some work looking at creating custom sales funnels and capture and landing pages and creating those offers and creating custom offers. So they've learned some free lead generation strategies and some marketing ideas and techniques using Instagram. So they've got some fairly good foundation of marketing. And so going into it, what I wanted to show them was some fundamental skills that you could use on a regular basis, right? No matter what platform you're using. So whether you're using Facebook and Facebook ads, whether you're using Instagram, maybe you're using YouTube or Google Plus, maybe you're using LinkedIn or Craigslist, maybe you're using buying leads, maybe, right? Maybe you're doing some types of other lead capture that you were actually using, and you're wondering about that. So if so, that's okay, right? You can be using this skill. So that's what I was really trying to teach people. And I was trying to get that across, that this online networking is the same as networking really in real life. It's just using different skill sets. And so I wanted to show something, how you could use it both online and offline. So in this process, I showed them a specific method that I use, that I've used over and over again, that I've taught to now probably hundreds of different people that have used this method of networking online using all different platforms and used it successfully to generate new leads, to generate sales and conversions, to get more exposure. It's a system that works. And so I showed them this method, and in this method, I shared what I like to do, and the method that I like to bring people into my network is really to just offer them up my newsletter. And it was a move that I got taught and something that someone else taught me. And so it just worked well. And so I wanted to show them how another way, a variation of that. And so what I showed was an e-business card, right? And no, I didn't go buy some fancy application, and no, I didn't pay anything extra from anything that I was already doing, and no, I didn't sell anyone anything. I simply showed them how I was using something that probably everyone already had, and something that most of you listening to the podcast or watching us on the webinar already have, which is an autoresponder, an auto-response system that's sending out follow-up communications to the people that have subscribed to your various email lists. So whether it's your marketing newsletter, whether it's an email list that's in conjunction with a webinar that you may be hosting, whether it's your team, the list of the team members that you have in your organization that you're working with, whatever that group of people is, the auto response system allows you to go in and create broadcasts that can be delivered to them on a regular basis, right? So that you could just send emails on a daily basis. Then it also lets you set up an auto response system, like a follow-up series that goes out and gets dripped out to them automatically. So I used that platform simply to create a business card. So all I did was I created a list that was simply called e-business card, right? An electronic business card list inside of my autoresponder. And then inside of that autoresponder, I just made a quick follow-up message that said something like, hey, it was great to connect with you. Down below is all my info. And then simply inside of the message, down below that text portion of the message, I inserted a graphic, my logo for my company. And I aligned that over to the left-hand side like you would on a business card, right? Where you see someone's picture, their logo. And then I simply just formatted it like a business card. So in a bigger font than normal, than what you would like, send an email. I have my name and my position, right? What I do, online networker and marketing, branding and marketing consultant. And then my phone number and my email, my contact information. So it looks just like a business card, but they get it electronically. They get it sent to them in their email. And I'm going to tell you what the three reasons why I did this and why I wanted to share it this morning, because so many people responded to that aspect, right? And so many people responded to the e-business card aspect of the training. So just below that portion of where I put in that business card, where I put all my information, I have one more little text area that simply says, click here to subscribe to my marketing newsletter. And it then gives them the opportunity, if they want to be able to connect with me on another level, to be able to go and actually grab that e-business card, right? That simple, to be able to go and pick up that e-business card. So now with that ability to be able to do that, the reason that I have that is there's three main reasons. And the three main reasons are that, number one, people simply lose a lot of business cards, right? They just misplace them. They set them down. It goes through the wash. They get sent to the dry cleaner. It gets misplaced, or it just gets set down somewhere, right? Or people just take them out of courtesy. Right? So people really aren't using these physical business cards a lot anymore. Think about how many coffee mugs do you have, or do you have a stack of business cards from people that you took their card, but then you never were able to go back and communicate with them for whatever reason. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just have dropped the ball that many times and didn't follow up and didn't communicate with people. Or maybe that's something that's happening with a lot of people, because I talk to a lot of people nowadays and no one seems to be following up with business cards. Now, what if you just created that e-business card so that you could stand out, right? So that when you were talking to someone, you could say, oh, well, I don't have a business card. I have an e-card. Can I go ahead and send that to you? Right? Can I go ahead and send that to you? Now you automatically, not in addition to standing out, you also set yourself apart and you make yourself an instant authority in this area. Right? Like you're setting yourself apart from everyone else, and you're saying, hey, listen, you know what? As a matter of fact, I do have a card. It's actually an e-card. And most people are like, wow, what is that? Oh no, I've actually just created my own. Let me send it over to you. So you're able to simply just use your skill set that you've already acquired, right? And using the tools that you already have, you can impress someone, you could show them something, and then you could just say, oh yeah, if you don't have this, let me show you how you could, right? It's like a doorway in. Let me show you how you could. Hey, which auto response service are you using, right? And then just ask them, hey, what do you use for an autoresponder? And then they're going to answer. And if they don't have an autoresponder, then that opens the door to say, well, hey, have you ever thought of having an autoresponder? Have you thought of having the ability to communicate with the people that you're marketing to, with the people that you're networking with on a regular basis? So that is a very interesting side note that came out of a training that I did last night, really to show online networking and how powerful this idea of just this e-business card. I probably got over 24 responses just last night about the e-business card. There was at least 12 questions in the live training just in regards to the e-business card, and then people asking after the webinar all about the e-business card and how to apply that. So imagine if you could simply just go and create a follow-up series of just one message that had a business card looking template that you could send out to people via your autoresponder, and how powerful that could be as a marketing tool. And in addition to being a powerful marketing tool, it saves you, it's money that you're already spending on a service, on an auto-response service. So you're saving money by not then having to go out and take on that expense of having the physical card, right? And even when you send, it gives you the opportunity when you send them the information to even let them know, hey, I'm going to send you over my e-card. You'll see a link down on the bottom too. So if you want to get more of my marketing info and stuff, you can click there, but I won't send it to you automatically, right? And that makes you the good guy to these new people that you're going out and networking with, that you're introducing yourself with. So my question to you is, are you still passing out business cards, and how's that working for you? Are you actually getting any results? Are you getting the response that you want from those business cards? And if not, could you simply use an e-business card? Could you simply use something as simple as the auto response service that you're already using and create a list just for that e-business card? Most of your auto response systems nowadays have the feature to have an app for your smartphone, so that you can go in there and use the smartphone app. So the service that I use, Aweber in particular, actually has an app, so you can actually open up the app right there and pull up that e-card list, and actually just hand your phone right there to them and just hand it to the people and say, here, just type in your info really quick and it'll shoot you my e-card. Boom, just that simple. So I want to suggest to you that people are not really using traditional business cards as much as they used to. And if they are, then go and see what those results are, and see the results that you're getting by using that as a marketing device. Also, using this as an online marketing device to go out and attract others to you, to be able to go and show other small businesses, other home-based businesses, and other entrepreneurs a new skill set, something new that they could add to their repertoire, could absolutely be something that you could do to now increase your attractability to other marketers. So I recommend using this e-biz card as a solution to streamline your process, as well as have all of your communications with your new contacts integrated, as well as being able to track them via a client relationship management tool, if you're using one, and really being able to maximize your networking efforts, all by using a tool that you're probably already implementing on a regular basis. So this has been another free daily coaching tip from myself here in Burr Bledsoe, here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I hope that you can join us each and every morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And remember, if you'd like to come over and watch us via the live webinar, you can do that at www.freedailycoaching.com. We'll talk to you on the next Free Daily Coaching podcast. Hey, thanks for joining us over here on the Free Daily Coaching podcast and webinar. For those that are here on the webinar this morning, I want to thank you all for joining us and supporting us here in the new venture. Really excited about being able to record the podcast and being able to finally get that all connected. Hopefully by the end of this week, we will have some links for you to be able to check that out via the website, so that you could actually go and listen to the MP3s, download any back episodes that you want to. We'll be doing some interviews as well. So really looking forward to being able to share all of that with you. And if you haven't already noticed, go and check out the emails that I've been sending out the last few days, because I am doing a webinar offer. As many of you know, webinars have been my forte. and I actually sent out an email in regards to this, is I'm actually putting on a live workshop for you. Everything from the creation of the webinar, the customization of the registration page, how to operate in the back office of the webinar platform, to actually creating the presentation, to actually promoting the webinar. And then I'm actually going to do a webinar with you. I'm actually going to do a live webinar with you, A, to be able to show you how it all functions, but B, so that you can be confident and know that you can go out and blow out a webinar and have someone on there with you to bring some authority for your very first webinar. So I'm going to do that for you, because webinars have absolutely been the platform that have changed my business. They absolutely can get you more exposure. They can help you recruit. They can help you build daily content. They can help you start to build a community, and they can take your marketing to a whole new level. And my model and my business is a direct example of that. And the time has come for me to lay that all out in a live workshop for you. And that's what I'm doing. So if you haven't over the last few days checked out the emails I've been sending out, check them out. Today and tomorrow are actually the last 2 days to be able to actually get involved in this. I'm not going to reopen it. I'm not going to extend the time that you have to get signed up. It's just from now until tomorrow night. That's it. And it's going to be a handful of people that are going to grab a hold of this and get this live workshop. And who knows, this live workshop could very possibly turn into a product at some point, and you might be featured in one of my very first products. So who knows what's going to happen out of these 4 live workshops. Yes, you'll get the 4 weekly live workshops. There's going to be 4 modules. Yes, you're going to get at the minimum 2 bonus module webinars. And yes, there's going to be some more bonus calls and other live work session webinars that are going to be attached with the webinar workshop, and you'll get all the recordings in a membership site. So if you haven't checked out the emails going out on that, go and check those out ASAP so that you can lock in your spot, because there's a limited time and it ends tomorrow night. And that's not going to be reopened after tomorrow night. That is the cutoff date. I need to have a hard line number tomorrow night to be able to know exactly how many people we have moving forward, so that we can start scheduling some of these one-on-one webinars out in the future. So looking forward to that, and to the people that decide that they want to lock arms and do that with me. I'm really excited about that. If you have any questions about that, you're more than welcome to send me a message via Facebook or text. Thank you again for joining us here at the live free daily coaching webinar and podcast. My name is Bert Bledsoe. I'm checking out. We'll see you on the next free daily coaching call. Talk to you then.